Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jesus Torres and this is Rational Angles. Thank you for joining today's discussion. I want to talk today about the fact that a lot of people are making videos and have been actually for several years saying that they don't trust the media. That the media always has an agenda, a political one, either from the left or the right. And many people are saying that they feel misled, that they feel they've been misled into supporting and voting for things that don't actually benefit them. As a matter of fact, we're seeing a lot of videos from people who wore MAGA, have left MAGA, and are now saying that they feel that they supported politicians because right-wing media, podcasters, YouTubers, and news channels promoted it to them, and they made them seem as though their values aligned and that they were going to be able to have very good representation by voting for this politicians. However, now they're saying that they were completely misled. And when I watch this type of videos, I can't help but stop and think to myself, if you were misled, are you still watching the same right-wing podcasters, YouTubers, and news? Because if you are, then you're still consuming the same media that you are claiming misled you. So it won't really help you to say that you are no longer trusting media because it doesn't, it's not honest, it's misleading, but at the same time you're consuming the same source of media. So what we're seeing is that a lot of people, what they're doing is they're actually just writing strongly worded comments on the comment section of the podcasters and YouTubers that they watch. And let's be honest, comments are not going to do anything, no matter how strongly worded you make them, because those podcasters and YouTubers are simply just not going to read those comments. They're just going to take them as interaction with the channel, which is good for their channel. It provides more engagement. And then people are still watching the same news channels. Well, that's also not going to do anything, because if you're watching the same news channels, again, you're consuming the same media that you were before, which you are now saying misled you. And what I think would actually be helpful is if we look at it this way. In the real world, if you ever go to a business and the business is not really providing you the service you want or giving you a bad experience, most people wouldn't really leave reviews. What they'll do is they'll tell people they know about the experience they had, and then they'll stop going to that particular business. They'll find a replacement business that will better suit their needs, give them a better experience or service, whatever service they needed, will do it more to their liking. And I feel it's the same thing with the media. If you feel that your media you're consuming is not really being honest or has misled you in a way that you're now seeing harm or no benefits at all, then I think you should unsubscribe from those channels, because that's the only way that those podcasters, YouTubers, and even channels for the news will actually notice that there is a change in their consumer base. We see a lot of videos where people are saying that because they trusted the politicians that were promoted to them by the podcasters and YouTubers, they voted for these politicians, hoping the politicians would align with their values and provide them prosperity for themselves and generations to come. But now they're saying that instead, the policies that these politicians are passing have hurt them. They're talking about how they are losing medical coverage, they're losing also benefits such as social security or food stamps and any other type of benefits that they'll talk about, how they thought they wouldn't be touched by those laws. They thought those laws that the politicians would pass would be benefiting them, would be helping the economy grow, would bring more jobs, but now they're saying it's been the opposite. And again, if you supported those politicians because the media told you, then I think the only rational thing, instead of leaving strongly worded comments, you would unsubscribe from those channels and look for other sources of media and be very careful in who you are selecting as your source of media, source of news. And I'm not saying that people can't change their views, because some of those podcasters and YouTubers, even people in the news channels, are now saying that they too don't agree with what they're seeing as laws being passed and that it's harming the electorate. But we always have to think about it, that they are making money from this. They're getting views, they're getting engagement, they're getting ratings. So it is a business. And on one hand, we could think that they might be changing their opinion, but on the other hand, we have to be careful that they're not just sensing a shift in the political winds in the country and just trying to follow where the audience is going. Because if that's the case, if they misled on purpose, which we don't know, but if they were not being honest, or they were just trying to promote certain narratives, what's there to say the same won't happen with a change of the political winds, whatever news source they're going to be focusing on? So you always want to be careful with the media that you consume. And I can't help but be reminded of that episode from The Simpsons where the ads came to life. It was one of the Halloween specials, I think, and the ads came to life and they were causing havoc all over Springfield. And then Lisa and a musician, I forgot what the name of the musician was, came up with a jingle that said something like, "Just don't look, just don't look." That's what I think about when I think, when I hear people saying that they feel misled by the media. You have the option to change the channel, to unsubscribe, and choose the media that you want. Choose the media that represents the things that will actually benefit you as a voter and as a viewer. And what do you think about this opinions that I have? Do you think that if you feel not represented or misled by the media, the best thing would be to unsubscribe? Or do you think you would still give those podcasters and YouTubers and news channels an opportunity, but be more careful with what they're saying, listening to what they're saying? Let me know what you think about this. I'd love to hear your opinion about it. Again, my name is Jesus Torres with Rational Angles. Please subscribe to my channel. It would really help me out. Like the video, share it, and until next time, I hope you have a great rest of your day.